We're making a healthy version of an old-fashioned apple cake. So this is about 3 apples sliced up. It's about 4 cups total. 1 cup of sugar. I'm using coconut sugar as an unrefined sweetener. So in a typical recipe, it would usually call for something like 2 cups of sugar or 1.5 cups. We're just doing 1 cup of this unrefined coconut sugar to keep it on the healthier side. Next, you need 1/2 cup of oil. I'm using avocado oil, but you could also use olive oil, melted coconut oil, whatever you want. So 1/2 cup of oil of choice. Next, we're gonna add 2 eggs. 1 and 2. Next, you're gonna need 2 cups of flour. I'm using a gluten-free flour so that this recipe is completely gluten-free and dairy-free. 1 and 2. This is one of my favorite gluten-free flours for baking. Some of them I have found aren't that great, but this one is really good. Next, we're gonna add in some cinnamon. You want about a tablespoon of cinnamon. We want a good amount. A little bit of salt, about a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then lastly, we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So you could mix this in a bowl if you wanted to. I just want the least amount of dishes as possible. So we are mixing it all right in the baking dish. So now you're gonna go ahead and stir this all together. The only thing with mixing it in the baking dish is you're gonna wanna make sure that you mix it really, really well. Also, you wanna make sure that you are greasing your baking dish before baking or before adding all of your ingredients, just so that nothing sticks. But go ahead and keep mixing until it is all perfectly combined. All right, so once you have it all nice and mixed, you're gonna wanna evenly spread it throughout the dish. I know this looks a little weird now, but once we bake it, it's really gonna bring the moisture out of these apples. So just smooth it all out, and I have my oven preheated to 350. All right, our old-fashioned apple cake is all ready to go into the oven. Like I said, my oven is preheated at 350. This is gonna be so good. It's gluten-free, dairy-free, lower sugar than the classic, and just a healthier version of an old-fashioned apple cake. All right, into the oven at 350. All right, it has been 40 minutes and we're gonna take our apple cake out of the oven. It smells so good and looks delicious. So we're gonna let this cool a little bit and then we're gonna add a special topping and try it out. All right, let's dig into this old-fashioned apple cake. It seriously smells so good. Guys, look at that. You can see those apple bits. And I feel like this would just go perfect with a little bit of vanilla ice cream. So adding a little bit of vanilla ice cream right on top. How good does that look? We have those cooked apples. The edges get nice and crispy. And with this vanilla ice cream, it's gonna be delicious. All right, I am so excited to dig in. Look at how perfect that bite is. I wanna make sure I get some ice cream too. All right, here we go for the taste test. That is phenomenal. Guys, it is so good. You would never guess that it's gluten-free, lower sugar, made with all healthy ingredients, and it's packed with a ton of apples. So honestly, I would say it's pretty healthy and it's delicious. Let me know if you'll give this healthier, old-fashioned apple cake a try in the comments.